Hello and welcome back to the Chassis Variant series, myself, Critical Rocket. This is number 4 of 5 of the Nova videos, if you're watching chronologically, which no on YouTube, it won't put them up in the right order despite how I've uploaded them. But regardless, we're up to the Delta version. So, the Nova D, that was one that was given to people as reward mechs, I believe, a while ago, so it came with a unique pattern and such. And that's the version that you're seeing in this video now. I've had the Delta Nova lying around for a long while, and I remember when it arrived it was pretty much kind of looked upon as okay. I mean, a lot of people just took it as a free mech, and yeah, I mean, you know, you look at it in Smurfy and you go, it's got a ballistic point and a missile point, and that's it. It's got very little else going for it. Both the weapons are in the arms, which means if you lose your arms you lose all your weapons, and that's not a difficult thing to do on the Nova because it has very large arms. And yeah, it exists. And I suppose if you want an extra ballistic or an extra missile hardpoint on your Nova build, these omnipods can work for you. The whole thematic reason behind having the Delta is that it was actually an anti-air model. It was built to defend other mechs within its star from any strafing air attack forces. So that's the reason it has the LB and it has an LRM-20. Because surprisingly, LBs are very good at being able to just basically throw flak fire into the sky. And we'll put aside the fact that the idea that these mechs are fast enough to track a fast-moving jet, basically, but apparently they could with MechWarrior targeting computers. I don't know. So that's the main purpose in the Nova Delta even existing. And much like the Charlie, this was also a match that, for some weird reason, I won in, and I don't know why. Just fucking did. Just happened. I didn't ask for it. It was another one that I thought, well, you know, it's a bad build anyway, so I don't expect really pay off. And, yeah, for whatever reason, picked up a victory. I suppose you could redesign this in a couple of really minor ways. You could swap the LB down to maybe something a bit more usable, or change the LRM-20 for an ATM-12 or something along those lines, possibly, or just have it with something stupid like a heavy machine gun and a jetload of ammunition and just like a SRM-2, and it just like runs up and you just hold the trigger down until either you're dead or whatever you're shooting at is dead. There's not really a lot to do with the builds on this thing. It completely explains the reason that PGI gave it to people as a freebie a while back, and then they had store later on as a C-bill version. But if you didn't get it, you're not really missing out on much. It's not one I'd recommend, even for the hardpoints. If you're a collector-phile and you just want to get them all, then yeah, get them. But yeah, it's so far great for the Nova, really, from the alt configurations. They're there, they're fine, they do their job on tabletop largely, but in MechWarrior Online, they don't really work, do they? Just compared to the Prime is just so good for the Nova. You really don't need any other version other than this, and there's not really much written about the other variants. I'm not even sure which clan specifically created the Delta, or what touman they were used in, what battles, that kind of thing. I'm sure if I dig around in a few of the books, I'll probably find them in the back of the book where it's mentioned somewhere that such and such used. But yeah, it's just one of those things. It's where information is lying around. It's just difficult to find sometimes. In this match, I was just surprised that I didn't get focused down quicker. It's a strange thing. I was discussing it earlier today with some of you may know Octobomb, and he's been playing Novas, and he was mentioning that when he plays it, hardly anyone seems to focus him. I'm starting to wonder now whether people kind of write off the Nova, or they prioritise other mechs over that instead, possibly. Could be the reason. I mean, maybe it's just not. If it's not a Prime version, then they don't prioritise you, and thus you get kind of ignored, which is a good thing for me in these videos, I guess. But yeah, honestly, I can't recommend the Delta. If you've got it, probably just keep it because it'll have that rare skin, but that's it really. So I'll leave you with the rest of this match. Another victory for some reason. With the bad builds, the really bad builds. The Alpha build and the Bravo build I was okay with, but for some reason lost those matches. But the Charlie and Delta, hey, picking up wins, not quite sure why. So have a good one, everybody. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Target acquired. At 25%. New target acquired. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
We've collected 75% of the resources. Keep holding on.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Excellent work, warriors. Victory is ours.